Alrighty, so on JP at the moment, which means that on the 6th, whenever the Trader Melee update comes out for Global, they are going to be running a costume sale, which they don't do very often. So I wanted to go over some of the characters that I think are worthy of you to invest into because there is a discount at the moment. So if you don't know, basically UR pieces are going to be discounted from 30 to 20. SSR outfits are going to be discounted from 20 to 15, and SR outfits, if there's one close by, they are going to be discounted from 10 to 7, as you can see here. So there's a pretty decent discount window here. 20 diamonds instead of 30 diamonds is kind of huge. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but, you know, paying 30 diamonds for a cosmetic that you could be using to summon, you would want to try to get as much discount as you can possibly get. So it seems as if the newest units that are able to be on sale as far as costumes goes are the new Summer Merlin, or I guess technically these are supposed to be outfits for the new green Ragnarok Merlin, but it also works for Summer Merlin as well. And the other unit is the Ragnarok Deanne. I honestly can't suggest you buy cosmetics for Ragnarok Deanne at this point, because unfortunately most of the festival units that end up becoming meta nowadays basically use gray buffs, which means that you can't use her passive because you can't remove gray buffs, and that's kind of how she works. So really unfortunate. But Summer Merlin is actually incredibly useful. If you don't know, if you have the Summer Merlin, that is, she's the blue Truthseeker Merlin. If you don't know, basically what she does is if she uses 2 attack skills in the same turn, which both of her skills are attack skills, so you can literally do it turn 1. If you use 2 attack skills in the same turn, it will attack seal the enemy, which is pretty big, especially right now, because the 2 big hitters on, you know, PvP at the moment are the new King, who uses 2 attack skills, and the new Melee just came out on JP, which will be coming out whenever this sale is going on Global, and he uses 2 attack skills as well. He does not have any debuff skills or anything like that. So using her could potentially be a really good way to avoid the meta at the moment, because you can, as long as you have the outfits and cosmetics and stuff like that like built up for your team, you could potentially go first, which would then in turn let you attack seal first turn. They can't attack you unless they have a cleanse unit or just some sort of way to cleanse in general, and then, you know, you can just, that gives you basically a whole extra turn to deal damage to them, so you can hopefully win the match before they start like ramping up and doing their thing, because obviously if King puts a shield on, it's a problem. If Melee starts to build up his his damage reduction stats or whatever from his passive, and he starts building up, you know, buffs for his amplify card, it's also going to be a problem. So I think Summer Merlin is a really good option at the moment. She's a really, really good unit because of the whole attack seal thing. If you use 3 skills in the same turn, it even locks their ultimate gauge, which means they can't ult rush, which is even better. But obviously that would be, you know, if you're trying to do it first turn, that would be a lucky draw, or, you know, you would have to weigh your options on whether or not you would rather try to attack seal a second turn and hope to pull another card or whatever. But yeah, we're not talking about strats. So Summer Merlin, I think, is a really good option at the moment. Another good option would be probably Death Pierce. I don't know exactly where he's at on this list. They've also got some of these fantasy costumes, by the way. They are back at the moment. So I think there's even more than that. Yeah, they have like the New Year's outfits from, I think these are like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So the regular Merlins, I don't really recommend it. And then Old Escanor, I mean, if you really want it, this outfit's kind of cool, but Old Escanor's not really as useful as it used to be, so I can't really suggest you buy any of these unless you just really like the way they look. The fantasy costumes are back as well. I have to admit, some of these are really cool. I actually own this one on Global, which is a pretty cool outfit. I really like the Bond outfit as well, but all of these are like pretty like baseline outfits. The only one that I could really suggest is maybe this Gother one, because it works on green Gother and red Gother. which is good because Green Gother's still very, very meta relevant. And if you don't have Green Gother, then, you know, Red Gother is still pretty decent option as far as, like, you know, rank ups. So, I mean, having his cosmetics and stuff like that is very helpful. So, yeah, he could be a decent option if you don't have him invested into. I would imagine most people do, though. Because they're kind of old at this point. The one Escanor he's gonna have outfits on sale. Even the new, like, the Purgatory Bond summer outfit that they came out with, like, I think it was this past summer, even has this on sale, so you can buy that if you need to. I'm pretty sure it has all 3 pieces as well. So some of the festival units, as long as they're a little bit older, have their costumes on sale. I don't think I can actually look at Margaret or anything like that because this account doesn't have them, but Death Pierce is a really good option just because he's a really strong backline unit for a lot of teams as far as, like, crit builds and stuff like that goes. He's becoming a little bit more phased out at this point, so if you need to and you have Kyo, even though you can't buy Kyo cosmetics because the collaboration isn't going on, investing into Festival Zeldris is also a really good option because Festival Zeldris, if you don't know, I think he has one of the highest CCs in the game, so having his cosmetics and everything like that maxed out and everything, so that way you can get as much CC as possible. And with him on the backline, it's not only going to boost your total team's CC, but it's also just going to make him a lot, you know, better as a unit if you actually do use him, because him, you know, if you know, he pairs really well with Cusack and, you know, a couple of other units, maybe like mostly like the Assault Meliodas sort of crowd, but very solid unit. He's definitely worth investing into, especially with as relevant as he's becoming, as far as, like, being a really strong backline unit. So that's kind of cool. I almost want to say Elat costumes would be kind of interesting to get at the moment. I don't really recommend it, but there is a leaked Elat in the game files at the moment that there could potentially be coming out in the near future. But I don't know, you know, we don't know anything about her really, so it's hard to say, like, if you should preemptively buy any outfits or anything like that for it. I would say probably not, because the current Elat, you know, you only use her for, like, a couple of things here or there, so probably not worth it, to be honest. There are a couple of seasonal outfits, if I'm not mistaken. I know up here directly they have some of the outfits that have effects on them, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw them not too long ago, but some of the New Year's units that have costume set bonuses, where, like, Zaneri, Jenna, actually I'm not sure if the Zaneri and Jenna ones have it, but I know that the Red Christmas, or, like, no, it's Red New Year's Elizabeth, and Green Demon Meliodas, and the blue, I think she's a blue New Year's Jericho, their outfits are on sale as well. So if you have those units and you need the outfits to get the set bonus, which makes it to where you can summon a guaranteed specific demon, those are on sale as well. So those would be a pretty decent pickup if you don't have them. They're actually pretty decently useful. Here's Jenna and Zaneri. I don't think, it doesn't look like their set bonus ones are on sale, unfortunately. But yeah, another strong contender is Nanashi. If you're like me and you pretty much only invest, like, into costumes whenever it's like a festival unit or somebody you use like an absolute lot, like a ton, characters like Nanashi are a pretty decent investment. If you don't have, like, Chandler cosmetics and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend getting cosmetics for Chandler, because he's just really, really good in a lot of scenarios. But the reason I say Nanashi is because he's a really good backline unit that not only helps out with survivability, because I'm pretty sure he raises your crit damage and crit resistance and crit defense, but he gives you 2 blue buffs, so he's pretty good on any team that uses Amplify units, which is pretty good. You can see the one Escanor's outfits are on sale. If you don't have any of the Sariel cosmetics and stuff like that, he's a super solid farming unit, and he's good for certain events and stuff like that, so he's a really good unit to invest into. Honestly, any of the Archangels are probably worth investing into. You might not want to invest into Ludociel just because it takes so much investment to really get max use out of him, but I mean, he's still pretty solid, you know, just because of the commandment and everything, which is, or not commandment, but grace, which is pretty solid. Here's the Nanashi stuff. You know, it looks like Festival Merlin stuff is on sale, which is kind of nice. Here's Festival Zeldris. Who did I say? Did I say Festival Merlin? I did. I think so. Hopefully. Excalibur Arthur stuff is on sale. Purgatory Bond stuff is on sale. Sigurd stuff is on sale. Sigurd is a character that I really like and I would like to use more and have powered up. Unfortunately, he's just not a unit that I use enough to really warrant buying cosmetics for, so I probably won't buy Sigurd cosmetics, unfortunately. It looks like Margaret outfits are on sale, which is really good. Cusack outfits are on sale. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and buy the one outfit and one hair piece that I'm missing for Cusack on my global account, so that way I can make sure that I have those, because honestly Cusack's been really fun lately. Brynn Hilde is another really good one that you can invest into, just because, you know, she's really, really good for the bird, if you have her, of course. Obviously, there are other units that you can use instead to be like your main damage dealer and everything like that. The one Escanor has been a really strong contender lately, with how much traction he's sort of gotten on bird teams and everything. But if you have Brynn Hilde, she's super, super good for the bird, so if you want to invest in her, I would definitely recommend it. And I don't know, Festival Gother cosmetics, I mean, if you really like Festival Gother and everything, I personally didn't invest into him a whole lot. I did buy his Halloween outfit whenever it came out, but I just don't use him enough. I don't think I'll end up buying too many of his outfits, to be honest. He was just kind of one of those where it dropped at a weird time and I was like, do I really want to spend this money? So I don't know, there's honestly a ton of options. If you have any suggestions for people to invest into, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, because I mean, I'm sure I'm missing some of them. Some units are super, super useful and just like vastly superior to use in, you know, sub slot or whatever the case may be. So just good utility heroes are what I would definitely recommend like looking into buying cosmetics for. But that's pretty much it for me. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful. Hopefully it'll help you sort of, you know, pick units, and if you have the extra gems, of course, obviously if you're going all in on Melly's banner and everything like that, or maybe you went all in on Kings, you might not have a whole lot of disposable gems at the moment, which is really unfortunate because they're doing back-to-back festivals and they're doing a sale, so they're really trying to drain everyone's gems for the new year, I guess. But that's pretty much it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video.